Hi everyone! Welcome back to the Fluent Path English channel. We're here to make learning English exciting, effective, and fun. In today's episode, we're continuing from the last 2 episodes about reading, and I want to chat about something super common, translating words in your head while reading in English. If this sounds like you, don't worry. We're going to uncover the secrets to thinking directly in English while reading, which will help you boost your fluency and comprehension. Also, don't forget to check out the other videos on our channel. Each one is packed with easy-to-follow tips and tricks to improve your English skills. Grab your notebook, get comfy, and let's dive in. Why translating is holding you back? Let's start with a question. Have you ever felt frustrated because translating slows you down? Maybe you struggle to finish a book or even a paragraph because you're stuck converting every word into your native language. You're not alone. Many English learners find themselves caught in this trap, and it can be incredibly discouraging. But why does this happen? Here's the thing. Translating in your head creates a mental traffic jam. Your brain is juggling 2 languages at once, constantly switching gears to decode words and piece together meaning. This back-and-forth process not only takes extra time, but also drains your mental energy, making it harder to fully understand, remember, and enjoy what you're reading or listening to. In the end, this habit prevents you from developing natural fluency and confidence in English. So, what's the solution? The goal is to skip the translation step entirely and start thinking directly in English. While this might sound challenging at first, it's not impossible. In fact, with the right strategies and consistent practice, you'll be amazed at how quickly you can retrain your brain and unlock a more fluent, enjoyable learning experience. Let's dive into those strategies and start transforming the way you approach English. Strategy number 1. Start with simple and familiar texts. First, choose materials that match your current English level. Don't jump into a complex novel or technical article if you're just starting out. It's like trying to climb a mountain without proper gear. Instead, start small and steady by picking something simple and familiar, like children's books, short stories, or articles about topics you love. These kinds of texts are easier to digest and less intimidating, which helps build your confidence. When you read familiar content, you can focus more on the language itself rather than struggling to grasp the overall meaning. For example, if you're reading about a topic you already know well, like a hobby, a favorite movie, or a common life experience, your brain doesn't have to work overtime trying to figure out what's happening. It already knows the context, so you can connect English words directly to the ideas without relying on your native language. This approach works like training wheels on a bike. It gives you the support you need while you practice balancing on new vocabulary and grammar. Over time, as your comprehension improves, you can gradually challenge yourself with more complex materials. But for now, keep it simple and familiar. It's the easiest way to start thinking in English naturally and confidently. Strategy number 2. Build a visual dictionary in your mind. Our second strategy is to create a mental, visual dictionary. This method is all about associating English words and phrases with images, actions, or emotions directly, bypassing the need to translate into your native language. It's like teaching your brain to think in pictures rather than words from another language. Here's how it works. When you come across a word or phrase, stop and take a moment to create a mental image of it. For example, if you read the word dog, don't just think of the translation. Actually picture a dog in your mind. Is it a big, fluffy golden retriever playing in the park? Or maybe it's a small dachshund lying in the sun. Add details to make the image as vivid as possible. This technique doesn't stop with objects. Apply it to actions and feelings too. If you read the word run, imagine someone running. What does their movement look like? Are they running on a treadmill or sprinting down a trail? Similarly, for feelings like happy, visualize yourself smiling, laughing, or enjoying a joyful moment. The richer and more detailed the associations, the stronger your memory will be. The more you practice associating words with visuals, emotions, or sensory experiences, the less you'll feel the need to translate. Your brain will naturally form direct connections to the meaning of the word, making it easier to recall and use in real-time conversations. This approach not only enhances your ability to think in English, but also makes learning more engaging and enjoyable. It's a powerful step toward fluency that turns your imagination into a learning tool. Strategy number 3. Use context clues. Let's talk about context clues. When you encounter an unfamiliar word, resist the urge to grab your dictionary right away. Instead, try to understand the meaning from the surrounding words. For instance, consider this sentence: the sun set behind the horizon, painting the sky with vibrant hues of orange and pink. Even if you don't know the word hues, the context gives you a hint that it's related to colors. By relying on context, you train your brain to think in English and guess meanings naturally. Strategy number 4. Practice active reading. Active reading is a game changer. Instead of passively reading word by word, engage with the text. Here's how. Ask questions. What is the author trying to say? What will happen next? Make predictions based on the title or introduction. What do you expect to learn? Summarize as you go. Pause after a paragraph and summarize it in your own words, in English, of course. This approach keeps your brain actively processing English without reverting to translation. Strategy number 5. Think aloud and read aloud. Did you know that reading aloud can help you think in English? When you read aloud, your brain focuses on pronunciation, rhythm, and sentence structure. This strengthens your ability to process English naturally. Take it a step further by thinking aloud. For example, if you're reading a story, describe what's happening or how you feel about it all in English. Strategy number 6. Immerse yourself in English daily. If you want to think in English, the secret is simple. Dive in headfirst and surround yourself with the language every single day. Think of it like learning to swim. You can't just dip your toes in. You've got to jump into the deep end. Start by filling your world with English. Replace a few minutes of scrolling on social media with reading an English article or a short story. Swap your usual playlist for an English podcast or some songs with catchy lyrics. Love movies or TV shows? Watch them in English, preferably with subtitles at first, and then try without. The more English you hear and see, the more natural it will feel to your brain. Make reading a non-negotiable daily habit. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of reading a day can work wonders over time. Choose materials you enjoy, whether it's an inspiring self-help book, a thrilling mystery novel, or articles about your hobbies. The key is to make it fun so that it feels less like homework and more like a treat for your mind. Don't forget about speaking and writing. Join online forums, comment on videos, or chat with a language partner. Even talking to yourself in English while doing everyday tasks, like describing what you're cooking or planning your day, can help you think more naturally in the language. Consistency is the magic ingredient here. A little effort every day adds up, creating a snowball effect where English starts becoming second nature. Over time, you'll notice that your brain begins to think in English without effort, and you'll no longer need to translate. Immersing yourself in English isn't just about practice. It's about turning it into a lifestyle. Make the language a part of your daily routine, and you'll see incredible progress. Let's be real, learning to think in English while reading isn't some magical overnight transformation. It's a journey, and like any journey, it's filled with small wins that deserve to be celebrated. So, here's a little pep talk for you. Did you finish a chapter today without stopping to translate every other word? That's huge. Celebrate it. Maybe you figured out the meaning of a tricky word just by context. High-five yourself. Even the smallest victories, like understanding a joke or remembering a new phrase, are signs that your brain is getting stronger and more fluent every single day. Progress doesn't have to be fast to be meaningful. It's like planting a tree. You water it a little every day, and one day you look up and realize it's grown taller than you imagined. So, don't get frustrated if it feels slow at times. Every time you practice, you're planting the seeds of fluency. And here's the best part. The more you push yourself, the easier and more fun it becomes. Thinking in English will go from feeling like a challenge to something that just clicks. So, keep going, trust the process, and celebrate every step forward. You've got this. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning into the Fluent Path English channel. Now, it's your turn. Which of these strategies are you going to try first? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are on their own English learning journey. As always, you'll find the vocabulary from today's lesson in the description below. And if you want to keep improving your English, make sure to subscribe to the Fluent Path English channel and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on our latest tips and tricks. Until next time, happy reading and keep thinking in English. Take care and see you soon.